Let's take a quick look at our strategy tester. So we have seen how it worked the other time, but we did not talk about 4 things. So let's do that right now. Right now, I'm going to run Anna 1.0 on, let's say I'm going to run it on Forex. Note that you can run it on other things, CFDs, and more exotic products. So let's say I can run it on AIG, but Anna 1.0 is designed for Forex, not CFDs on equities. So let me just run it on the most common currency, Euro USD. I'm going to choose 1 hour, this period, custom time frame. So let's start with open prices. There are 5 options for us to choose from here. Let's start with the first option, everything. Remember that we mentioned a tick is a piece of price information. So when we model our EA on every tick, we are saying we want the backtest to run using every piece of price information that comes in. And here comes the catch. When you choose every tick, the ticks are not real. They are based on a simulation. So essentially you have these ticks that are derived from open, high, low, close prices. Okay, I know this is confusing, but in a later chapter, we will show you what we meant. Second option is to backtest using every tick information, but this time the ticks are real. So they were based on past historical price information. Third option, 1 minute open, high, low, close. So this is kind of confusing because if I'm running on a 1 hour time frame, what do you mean 1 minute open, high, low, close? We are saying within a 1 hour time frame, they are going to use the open, high, low, close information from the 1 minute time frame to simulate all the price movement within the 1 hour. Open prices means that we are only using the open, high, low, close prices of every bar. And math calculations, we will skip that. Math calculations is not really for backtesting per se. If we choose this, we are trying to solve mathematics problems, optimization problems within MT5. But that's not what we are here for right now. We will look at that in a later chapter. Second thing, random delay. Here, under execution, if you check random delay, the trades may fire a few seconds after it was supposed to be fired. And when I say a few seconds, I don't mean a few seconds of our real time. I meant a few seconds in the backtest time. So let's say that if it was supposed to be fired during 11:15 p.m., the 5th second, maybe it will fire during 11:15 p.m. on the 8th second. And this random delay is determined by an algorithm. We are not going to go into details on what that algorithm is. I will put some notes on that in the later chapter. So the reason for having random delay is to simulate what it is like in real life. Because sometimes in live trading, you can't get the prices instantly. Your broker may delay your prices for who knows what reason, and that will affect your trading. And most of the time, it affects it in a bad way. Optimization. Optimization is a method to find so-called best parameters based on historical data and use that to trade. We have reserved an entire chapter on optimization, so we will skip this for now. Forward is related to optimization. So if you disable the optimization, you can't have forward. And by forward, we are talking about the walk forward optimization. Again, a later chapter, but we will include some notes on that in a later lecture for you to read up more. Note that you can't have random delay if you are using open prices, because if my price jumps from a 1 hour candle bar to the next hour candle bar, I can't do a 5-second delay. So let's have random delay and let's try 1 minute open high low close. Let's check visualization to see our backtest in action. Slow it down. This gives you a better understanding of what I mean by us having a 1 hour time frame candle bar, but we use information from the 1 minute candle. Look at this right now. Within the candle, prices are being formed. So we can see what happens during the formation of this candle. We will know whether the prices went up first and then came down, or whatever the behavior was. And the reason why we know what this behavior was is because we are using the 1 minute candle bar information to form the 1 hour candle bar. So this will produce more accurate results. Take note that if your EA just run on information from the open, high, low, close prices, then it is reasonable to just run a backtest on open prices. Alright, let's stop this. It may take a while, so let's run an open prices only backtest. And yep, open prices backtest take a much shorter time to run compared to the other three. Every tick backtest take the longest time to run. Okay, it's done. Let's minimize the visualization and look at the other tabs. Input is where you included your values for the external variables. Let's talk about results, the graph, agents. Results, well, rather straightforward. I'm not going to explain what all these metrics are. I will include a link for you at the end of this chapter. What I want to show you instead is how to export this as a report. So right click and go to report. There are two ways to export it. The first one, to export it in a XML format that can be opened in Excel. So you'll see this in Excel, this entire report. And the second way is to do it in a HTML format, and you can see it in a browser. Do try that out on your own. Let's go to graphs. So this is rather straightforward. Alright, in the chart, the blue line represents the balance and the green line represents your equity. Your equity equals to your balance plus unrealized profit minus unrealized losses. So it's, in a way, it is your mark-to-market account balance. The green bars at the bottom represents the amount of margin used. And again, you can export this chart. Agents refer to your processing power. So local agents refer to my local processor, aka my computer's processor. And I'm using i7 with quad core, so I have 4 cores here. Why do we have this page? It's because the more powerful your PC or server, the faster you can run your optimization and backtest. We will talk about these two in the future. network farm and cloud networks, because in MT5 you can use the processing power of other people's servers and PC. So this will increase your optimization speed by a huge amount. And we are talking about optimizations that can be hastened by 100 times. Alright, journals are your journal outputs. If you had chosen visualization, your journal outputs will be in the visualization platform. However, if you had not chose visualization and you run the backtest, the journal outputs will be here.